Hello everyone, this is Tildaven, and this is a slightly different scenario here. I am re-recording my first episode and second episode of Nioh. That would be because there were some audio issues the first time around that I did it, and instead of I tweaked with it for a few hours and I just wasn't able to get it functional. So I figure instead of really, pushing forward on that, just going to go ahead and start a new game and re-record what I did. Do we want to recreate? Yes, we do.
Amrita. Some call it a miraculous stone. The Philosopher's Stone. The Queen of England remains locked in combat. With Spain, the country where the sun never sets, for control of the entire world. Her forces weakening with every battle. The Queen and her inner circle turn to divination and alchemy, hiring pirates like us to find Amrita for them. With that power, they managed to defeat the invincible Spanish Armada. But now it seems they want to keep their methods a secret.
The Tower of London is an imposing fortress built by King William I in order to keep London safe. It has since gone on to be used as a prison for traitors and execution ground for criminals. Londoners believe that if the many crows living within its walls were to abandon it, the tower would collapse and London itself would be destroyed.
It seems death won't stop chasing me.
Okay. So I'm sure that I'm not the first person to say this, but how unsurprising is it that a Dark Souls-like game is starting out in a prison? Now, the first time I played through here, I got absolutely destroyed by that guard out in the hallway. He saw me break through the wall, and we had a bit of a tussle in the hallway while I didn't have a weapon. And I just tried to punch him to death because I thought that's what you were supposed to do. And naturally, it isn't. So, he straight killed me. But moving on from that, things are going much better this time. I also got a little bit freaked out when it says dungeon key used, because I pick up this like purple dungeon key, and then I went and opened, my old cell that had nothing in it, and it's like dungeon key used, and I'm like, shit. But fortunately, it is not a consumable. So none of the loot that we're picking up here really matters. So I spent a lot of time checking out all the different corners and corridors that you can go down. But I won't probably be doing that this time around, just because we don't get to keep any of it, And this is still true here. This game is pretty, and the controls aren't that bad unless you're in like a little corridor like that, and then the camera needs some work. It is clearly not designed for that little area. Oh, thank God. I'm getting ahead of myself, playing a little reckless. I'm just trying to get through so that I can get back to real progression. Let's see. Oh, this is a mistake. This was a mistake. Okay. So I'm not particularly good with the sword. I'm trying not to get murdinated here, but we got through it. Let's see. I should get my spear pretty soon. I get my pants on. This little hole in the wall, but yeah, you see, it's like as soon as I hit these small little corridors, it's, I'm giving all my viewers motion sickness. And let's see. Here's our first shrine. And yeah, so in this first area, it's, you're not really gathering Amrita or anything. And I actually, back when I played Bloodborne, I really enjoyed Bloodborne. But at the start of it, the first area, the tutorial area, kind of like, this area here, you, oh shit, I'm still using, there we go. You still used, or sorry, in the tutorial area, you didn't gain souls, and you don't gain Amrita here, and I absolutely hate that. It makes me so tilted when I die in areas like these, because you can't progress. You know what I mean? Like in the normal game, if I'm having trouble, I can maybe go farm for a little bit, level up a little. Just kind of get stronger all around. But here, I can't do any of that. Here, if I struggle, and die repeatedly on a boss, I'm not gaining Amrita for these kills. There's no place for me to spend them, so I'm at the power level I'm at. I didn't struggle here or anything like that, but in Bloodborne, for whatever reason, Yharnam, I had just... Sorry.
Indeed, the pirates have served their purpose.
The death of the leader of Japan will spark a war, and a wonderful opportunity to acquire more Amrita.
Once tomorrow's execution takes place, we will get our hands on a compass that will lead us to that Amrita.
With enough Amrita, we could subdue Spain, perhaps even the world.
The day when England reigns supreme is near.
But our beloved queen thinks so of Amrita as nothing more than gold or gemstones.
We must find them before our nation's rivals do.
Edward Kelly, you will go to Japan. It seems it would be to our advantage to keep the wars alive. We cannot gain Amrita if blood does not flow. Hey! Who are you?
That was unnecessary. But yeah, so back in Bloodborne, in the Yharnam area, I used to get so tilted for whatever reason. I just couldn't do that area. I had more trouble in that starting Yharnam area than I did at any point in the rest of the game. It got to the point in later playthroughs that I just speed ran it. Fancy hat time. I think out of all the things I'm most salty about in this game, it's losing this amazing fancy hat. Even though, like, I feel like putting it on physically made us uglier. But the hat itself, that's not its fault. It just highlights our flaws because of how perfect it is. Did I kill this guy? Am I backtracking on accident? No? Sorry for the constant menuing. We are slowly and surely getting dressed. Alright, and if I remember right, this will put us, put some of you in the hospital, and this will put us out behind that door. Like, you notice that the English swordsmen are, like, hilariously bad. Like, watch him try to stab me. Oh, he could barely stay standing. Let's see. Yep, get this shortcut opened. So that should be the shrine right there. And it sure is. We can go ahead and rest at it, because why not, right? Back we go. Now, just for new viewers, people that haven't already seen this video before the re-upload, I have played. This is going to be a mostly blind playthrough. I have played the beta, or the alpha, really, but I didn't finish it. For much the same reason I was just talking about with the Yharnam escapades. I got frustrated just because it was a beta, so any progression I make, was going to be wiped before the game came out. But I have played it, and so I have seen a bit of the area after this one. But I haven't seen a ton of it. I never completed the beta, so no crazy worries there. How y'all didn't see me is beyond me. Do I care to kill these guys? I guess I do. Hey, bullcrap. I call bullcrap. Better slow my roll before I burn all of my stamina. Let's see. Oh, wow. Bunch of loot in there. Again, we got a good bastard sword, but I don't really care. Improved gloves, improved boots. And I don't think I need to take an elixir just yet. Now this part here. This, for any of you Dark Souls fans out there, or I should say Demon Souls fans out there, does this not remind you of Boletaria? Because I'm getting hardcore Boletaria vibes from this place. Alright, crossbow guy. So do these guys... I wonder if these guys are able to use stances, or if they just have their own, like, crappy Englishman stance. Because they just... like, maybe they're in low stance when they're fighting me, but it's hard to tell. It is hard to tell. Let's see. I don't think I can destroy these. No, I can't. Come down here. Go ahead and... oh, that was close. And take him down. Like I said, there's a bit more loot to be had through there, but you don't get to keep anything, so it's hardly worth running, really, unfortunately, as much as I hate to say that. But we might run it here in a minute. We'll see. We got it. Oh, that hurt. Okay, that was a little scary. Ouch, ouch, and I'm dead. Well, alright. Naturally, the first time I come through here, you know, I ace it, no big deal. I destroy those guys, look all fancy and pretty, but naturally, on the fixed version, I have to look a fool. Nope. There we go. You have a lot of health, I feel like. Okay. Through here, back down. I mean, I might normally cut the video here and do a little bit of editing. Did I really miss that? I guess I did. Good thing I caught it this time, though. But yeah, and I would normally do a little bit of editing just so you don't have to watch me run back to where I was, but I was literally, like, right here, so, you know. And this episode's looking like it might be a little short anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. Here. Wow. What did he think that was going to accomplish? Just kind of guarding, you know, the wrong direction. So here's, I wonder if I can equip a stone? Can I hit him with a rock? No? Alright, well. Ow. Not like this. Really? Ugh. What, did they patch you sons of bitches to make you harder? Oh. I just fought you guys like yesterday and you weren't that bad. Ouch. I'm gonna have to go and pray at a shrine. Wow. As soon as this battle's over. I'm so glad I interrupted that. There we go. I'm doing a little better. I still feel like I'm not sure if there is a guard break system in this game exactly, but if there's not, they're... oh my god. They're really like it would benefit from one. Alright, let's not get cocky here. Just take a breath. He can only attack once. So just... oh my god, yes. Take a medicine. There we go. Alright, it seemed like he decided he was going to be super passive there at the end, too. I got a ton of medicine from that, which is good. I also got a great helm. And some gauntlets. Alright. Through the doors we go. Alright, and there is a shrine in here. I thought there might be. Okay. So what's down? I'm not actually sure what's down. Bunch of loot. This looks like a trap, doesn't it? Three stones? That's fine. You got medicine for me? No? Fine. Let's see. I think we'll go ahead and head up. See what we got here. Whoa, I'm sorry. Did I, are you busy? Did I walk in on something? Is there any reason to kill this knight over here? Okay, yeah, there is some treasure he's guarding. And he'll probably drop some knightly gear. I need to calm down before I run out of stamina and get aced. Maximum familiarity with the Runta? Really? It seems... Does it just not take a lot to get maximum familiarity with the Runka here? Let's open this. What do we got? We got a blue Runka. Equip some greaves. Alright, that's way better. You kidding me? Alright, let's head this way. And yet again, we're gonna deal with the camera and these tight ass stairs. Yeah. Yeah, what do you see here? This is totally not a boss, right? Like, no way this could be a boss fight. We'll just stroll out in the middle like we've been asked. Oh my, what's that? Oh goodness. Who would have guessed? Alright, let's see if I can... Alright. That looked like I knew what I was doing. 1, 2, 3? No, he blocked. Well, you know. Far be it from me to criticize the first boss's difficulty and all.
It's you. The man with the guardian spirit.
If I die, the secret of the stones dies with me.
Let me show you what these stones can do. Behold.
It's time for your execution.
You heard right. It is not too early for a double phase boss fight. Alright. We didn't get killed to start the fight, so we're doing okay. Into just two. Stab and dodge. Now he doesn't have very much stamina, I'm noticing. Gotcha.
Well done. Quite Quite a feat. So this sport shall guide me to the kingdom of gold.
Before I begin my preparations for landfall, I leaf once more through that curious book that I had chanced upon. Recorded inside are the memoirs of a sailor who had once paid a visit to the land of Zipangu. Precisely how this document wound up in the hold of the ship when its author clearly belonged to the crew of a different boat is beyond me. But here I am, poring over its pages all the same. And not for the first time this voyage, I may add. What fascinated me above all else were the memoirs' many accounts of the Zipangu's diverse armor and weaponry. Just for my playthrough, my primary is a spear. The sailor from the memoir seems to have spent quite some time in Zipangu and succeeded in keeping the company of samurai. He writes in detail of establishments in Zipangu called dojo, where people, including samurai, congregate for the instruction in the martial disciplines. Just reading the sailor's vivid accounts, I feel as though I am there in the flesh, watching these warriors as they train. The samurai is a master of many armaments and trains for combat in every imaginable scenario. If I were to use another weapon, which would I choose? Here I'm taking a sword. The memoir also asserts that the samurai are knowledgeable in the martial arts. First, they know which fighting stance to use in each situation, high, mid, or low. Second, after each attack, they ready themselves for the next strike by focusing their kai, or inner energy. Third, once their kai is readied, the samurai can use purification techniques to rid their surroundings of malevolence. I know not how to explain it, but I feel as though I have some innate ability to grasp all these concepts, and have experimented many times with each technique. The memoir states Zipangu is home to 8 million gods and other deities. Exactly how this figure was derived, I can only imagine. But as I cast my gaze to the shore, I am struck by the sensation that some mystical power has been keeping watch over me. It is an energy that reminds me of Sarise. Yeah. I pull out the memoir once more and survey each page until I arrive at the guardian spirit that best matches the force I am sensing. That'd be Kato for the strength bonuses. And we can close the memoir. There is a tutorial plate here. I showed it in my original video, but I don't think I'll be showing it here. After playing through the tutorial, it's extremely basic. Like, all the stuff they want to teach me in that tutorial is stuff that I simply couldn't have beaten the first mission if I didn't know how to do. So I just don't think that it's necessary. The dinghies have been readied for us to make landfall, for all I have read on this country, nothing can truly prepare me for what now lies ahead. I put the memoir down and leave my cabin. Kuroshima is a tiny island off the coast of Usuki in Kyushu's Bungo province. There is little in the way of usable land, with coastline rapidly giving way to cliffs and mountains. Clinging to its edge is the smallest of fishing village, its residents eking out subsistence farming on plots and carved out from the hills. Their frugal lives stand in stark contrast to the village elder, whose opulent mansion perches atop the island's tallest peak, strangely oversized for the small island in which it overlooks. And just, can you really think of any bigger jerk than that guy? Dude is elder of a fishing village, and he has a massive, opulent mansion. It's just unnecessary. Alright, and that is the end of episode... I will probably title it episode 1 and 2, so I don't have to rename every other episode of my playthrough. But there we go. I'll upload this, and we'll get continued on the rest of the playthrough. What a smooth outro I just did. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.